thou star of gladness gleaming, to cheer the wanderer lone and tempest-tossed. No storms can hide that radiance peaceful beaming, since Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible when my heart is broken, when sin and grief have filled my soul with fear. Give me the precious words by Jesus spoken. Hold up faith's lamp to show my Savior near. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, all my steps enlighten, teach me the dangers of these realms below. That lamp of safety o'er the gloom shall brighten, that light alone the path of peace can show. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, lamp of life immortal, hold up that splendor by the open grave. Show me the light from heaven's shining portals, show me the glory gilding Jordan's wave. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Break thou the bread of life, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst break the loaves beside the sea. Beyond the sacred page, I seek thee, Lord. My spirit pants for thee, O living word. Bless thou the truth, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst bless the bread by Galilee. Then shall all bondage cease, all fetters fall, and I shall find my peace, my all in all. Good afternoon.
Howdy, salutations. After a little bit of a country end on that last one, just because it just seems necessary. It's good to see you, CJ, Sister T, and Reba. Greetings, howdy, how are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wave. CJ is waving sadly and forlorn, all rejected in the background. CJ. It's good to see each and every one of y'all here. Some of y'all, it hasn't been very long at all since I last seen you, right, Sister T, Reba? Are we stalking each other again? CJ says just a little bit. I got my wonderful cup. It's a good goat. I like this cup a lot. Very, 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 very much. Happy Lord's Day. Because when you think about it, the Lord made every day. Reba says hi, O'Shea. And she caught me off guard yet again. My sunglasses and hat are out there on the hat rack. I can't put on my glasses and be like, hi, Reba. With my cool glasses. No, Reba caught me off guard. I should be better prepared next time. Oh, Reba, I hope your day's been going well as Sister T. Sister T is still trying to control her giggles from this morning. We had her. She said we had her tickle box going. I think Sister T might finally be getting settled down. Maybe. Although some would wonder if that's possible or not. Especially when thinking about me. Reba starts greeting everybody. Good to see you, good to see you. It's a beautiful day out so far. It looks like it's going to get a little warm today. Yesterday we had 90s. 90s. At the tail end of September. Only Iowa. And today is the last day of September. Can you all believe that? We just started September yesterday, and well, now it's done. So Sister T says, I'm back. Hi, Sister Reba. See, Sister T was laughing so hard she had to leave. CJ's waving victoriously back there. Yep. Can't believe it's already the last day. Well, you're October. Yeah, that's right. They just discarded the September one. It's already the last day of September. Reba says 3/4 of the year gone in a flash. Pretty much. You know, January 1st was last week. It's about what it's been like. Sister T says, I went to the bathroom, so I'm not sure what you were talking about. Well, I said, Sister T, I hope you're having a good day. And I said, I wondered if we were stalking each other again. Because, well, it hasn't been too long since I saw you last. And then I said you were probably just starting to recover from your laughing fit you had during Devo. Maybe. So that kind of should bring you up on it. 3/4 of the year gone. Poofed. Kablamo. We have all sorts of words for that. Poofed, kablamo, obliterated, goners. Sister T says, oh yes, well. She's like, oh yeah, that's right, I am recovering. Sister T says, months are going too fast. They're just flying by. Next thing you know, we'll be eating turkey. And about 7 hours after that, we'll be opening gifts. You know how that works. Reba says, I believe it. The last month has been a year to me. The pain is so bad sometimes. Well, Reba, you are still constantly in my prayers. Personal prayers. I do wish you'd get to feeling better, sister. We have Teresa laughing. Well, I suppose before the Taskmaster gets on me, Sister T says, I have a nephew that was born, and sadly I haven't seen him, only on Facebook, and my niece is so sad. It's tough to be separated from family, and newborn family at that. When you have a new baby, you're like, I want to see that one. That's a new branch of the family. I want to get to know that one. And it's really sad when you are unable to get to know them. Reba says, thank you, O'Shea. I have to endure. You're very welcome, Reba. Thank you. Angie says, hello again, everyone. I'm so sleepy. Have you had your coffee there, Sister Angie? Good to see you, sister. So what you're telling me, Angie, is you came into Devo late, you fell asleep, and you woke up, and now you're here. Teresa says, love you, Sister Reba. Prayers for you every day. Amen. We can all agree with Sister T there. Prayers for Reba every day. Makes sense to me. Reba greets Angie. So what Angie's really telling us is periodically we're going to have to tell her to wake up. She is taking a serious role on her sleeping sister's sorority.
Wake up, Angie!
Steve's laughing. Alrighty. Well, I suppose we better get into our mine shaft. Jump down the mine of Proverbs, through the shaft of chapter 26. We moved on to a different shaft. And in the vein of gold known as verses 1 through 8. Remember, y'all, as we go through here, feel free to throw out your comments, your questions. I'll see what I can do to address them and handle them. Sister T says, "It's okay, Sister Angie. I fall asleep too. Especially when I'm tired." Sam says, "Somebody just awoke a sleeping brother." Sam came in here and fell asleep immediately. That's what happened. I love y'all. Proverbs, chapter 26, verses 1 through 8. Let's dig, y'all. As snow in summer and rain in harvest, so honor is not fitting for a fool. Like a flighting sparrow, like a flying swallow, so a curse without cause shall not alight. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the fool's back. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. He who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. Like the legs of the lame that hang limp is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Like one who binds a stone in a sling is he who gives honor to a fool. Sister T says, "It's the weather. We love you too, Brother O'Shea." Love you as well, Sister T. Just one love circle, you know. Love you, love me, love you, love me, love you, love me. So what you're really telling me, Sister T, is that I need to shout continually through here to tell you to wake up, apparently Sam to wake up, and Sister Angie. All y'all, you had a really long week, and you're having a really long day, and you're just tired. All right, I can work with that. Sam says, "By the way, just so you hear it, sorry, CJ and Reba." So, in Proverbs 26, we are showed the imagery of a fool. And much of this chunk of the Proverbs is in dealing with the fool. Teresa says, "Not really. I keep up with the time to be here, LOL." So, as we work through the first verse, we're given the imagery of snow in the middle of the summer and rain in harvest. And it's contrasted, or it's likened to honor and a fool. We all know that snow in the middle of the summertime is not good. It's not supposed to happen. If it's snowing in the middle of 100-degree weather, you have a problem. And on the other side of the coin, when it's raining in the middle of harvest, you have another problem. Because when all the crops get ready to harvest, and it rains, it means it gets hard to get in the field. And it can potentially ruin the entire harvest. It's not good to have rain during harvest season. You need dry conditions so that everything you're harvesting is dried and easily stored. If it's too wet, it's going to spoil. So neither of these two things are good. And likewise, so honor is not fitting for a fool. Honor is not good for a fool. It's just not good. CJ thankfully gives us our first nugget. And it's such a true and really awesome statement. We don't have to come up with another nugget for it. Don't have to figure out a different way of wording it. Honor is not fitting for a fool. Simply put, it does not belong on him. It doesn't fit him. Teresa says, I was about ready to say, CJ, where are you with the Nuggets? LOL. Reba says, it's okay, Sam. You are forgiven. Love you. And Reba says, cotton is hard to harvest when it's wet. You got that right. And likewise, up here in the Iowan universe, soybeans, when they get ready to be harvested, if they get wet, if it rains nice and they get wet after they've been sitting on that stalk drying, and the sun comes out, the moisture inside the pod, heated by the sun, makes the pod split open and all the seeds fall to the ground. It makes them impossible to harvest. Because now all of the stuff is on the ground, and the machines can't pick it up. And corn, if it gets too wet, it spoils very fast. And so, rain in the middle of harvest time, it just is not good. It really doesn't matter what you're harvesting. Cotton, when it's wet, not easy. Corn, not easy. Soybeans, not easy. Rain can make quite a bit of complications come harvest time. Roads get too soft to run machinery on. Fields are too muddy to run big, heavy machinery in. That and the product is less. It's of lesser quality. And so, when someone gives honor to a fool, it's of lesser quality. It does not belong there. Moving on to verse 3. We're displayed with a tool and the thing it goes to. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the fool's back. These are tools that get applied to things. Now, in our modern day age, we don't generally use whips for horses. We generally, hook a bridle up and ride them. But when you have a horse fitted to a chariot, or a horse fitted to a carriage, you're going to have a bit of a whip. And that's to spur your horses on. It makes a team of horses move. And so, the whip is for the horse. A bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the fool's back. The bridle, you put it in the donkey's mouth, and you can steer the donkey around. You can use the donkey, but only when you have the right tool. Same with the horse. And a rod for the fool's back. You can use a fool, and you can correct a fool when you apply the rod. You can use him by correcting him, teaching him, and he becomes a better person and a useful person. We all know people who are really just not useful in a sort of sense of function ideology. When you need to move something heavy, you don't go to the elderly neighbor next door that's 90. That's not her purpose. Or his purpose, for that matter. You don't go to them. Now, if you want advice and knowledge, you go to them. But in that specific task, they're not very useful. But that doesn't mean they don't have uses, just not for that specific task. But a fool, no, that's a bit of a different idea. As CJ says, we need to correct the fools. And sometimes it takes a little bit more of a blunt statement, or a rod, for that matter. Especially when you're talking about in the time of King Solomon. What did they do with fools? They put them in the workforce, in the slave field. That was the purpose they found for them. Or someone who was being foolish in the courts was ran out. He was whipped, scourged. We see that was a manner of correction. So, we need to correct fools. It's not good to have a bunch of them running around without any sense of hope, because they need our help. Now, whether they accept it, that's on them. Now, in verses 4 and 5, we have an interesting parallel. At face value, it contradicts itself. In verse 4, it says, "Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him." Ooh, I like that one better, CJ. If you want to act like a fool, be prepared to be treated like one. Yes, that's much better. There is a specific way that they are treated. But back to our interesting conundrum. So we're told, do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. And then in the next verse, he says, answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. At face value, you go, wait a minute. Solomon, what are you talking about? Don't answer a fool, and then answer a fool according to his folly? What you talking about? Well, the key lies in the second part of each verse, lest you also be like him. What he's saying is, do not answer a fool in a way that makes you like him, according to his folly, in a way that makes you like him. Do not answer him with senseless arguments, with anger, with bickering, with, where's that word? With a sense of verbal abuse. Do not answer a fool in the same way that will make you like him. Instead, answer him like this. This is a do not do it like this, and I do it like this. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his eyes. This means when you're dealing with someone who is foolish, who doesn't have a very broad sense of knowledge, who's very narrow, do not try to explain the universe to him when he's asking you, why does a flower grow? Explain why the flower grows, but don't try to explain the universe. He's saying, answer him in the realm he can understand, because if you don't, lest he be wise in his own eyes. If you do not answer him in his ridiculous question, if you shut up and you walk away, he's going to think, well, I'm right, I know what I'm talking about, I'm wise. And he's going to get arrogant, and he's going to be wise in his own eyes. Instead, answer him according to his folly, in the way he can understand. But do not answer him in his style, with anger, with foolishness, with verbal abuse. Do not answer a fool in his style. answer him in the way he can understand. CJ says, don't try to be like the fool, but shut him up. Okay.
That's the idea of verse 5, right? Don't make him wise in his own eyes. Shut him up.
Pretty much. Explain to him in the way that he can understand. Because if you don't explain to him, he's going to perceive himself to be the wiser person. And he's not. But whatever you do, make sure you don't answer him like he answers. With the foolish questions and the anger that a fool often has. Come on, not Facebook. Come on, eSword, work with me. Continuing on down. We'll do 6 and 8. He who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. So we got to picture ourselves in medieval ages. That's probably the best place to picture us. And in order to get a message to the neighboring person, to the neighboring kingdom, you got to write it out, seal it up, give it to a messenger, and he's going to make the journey to the neighboring area and deliver it to the person he's supposed to. Right? That's how this is supposed to work. And then he's going to get sent back with another message. And that's how texting used to be. That's how texting used to work. So, we're given this idea. Sam says, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, and whoso is hearing the counsel, is hearkening to counsel, is wise. Right. So, yes. The person who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. I like the mental picture that comes to mind. It's kind of humorous. So you see this king giving this message to a guy who's a fool. And what's a fool going to do? Well, he's going to get lost on his way there. He's going to get distracted at the pub or at the inn. Or he's going to walk through enemy lines and right into an ambush. There's a whole million things that fool is going to do. And he may take his own sweet time. And so, the end result is as if you cut off your own feet and drink violence. It makes you... it makes it to where you can't get around. You cannot trust the message into the hand of a fool because there's no certainty, there's no rational thought that that fool is going to make it to where he needs to go in any reasonable amount of time. CJ's nugget is, if you want something done, don't trust a fool to do it. Right. Practical application here. Don't trust a foolish person with a message that needs to get somewhere. Now, this could be running a message for you. Go tell so-and-so I need him quickly. Don't trust that message with the fool. He's going to get sidetracked and he's going to forget what he's supposed to say. And then that's no help. If you're in a life and death scenario and you need one particular person who knows how to get you out of it, and he's clear on the other side of the property, and you send the only person you have near you, which is a foolish person, he's not exactly going to get there very well. And so you're going to end up being in a very risky scenario in that life and death situation. So, if you want something done, don't trust a fool to do it. And finally, verse 8. Like one who binds a stone in a sling is he who gives honor to a fool. We've just come full circle back to the idea of an honor and fool. What happens when you bind a stone in a sling? Slingshots, as some of us may know this. What happens when you bind a stone in a sling? A stone bound in a sling is unthrowable. When you duct tape, when you bind a stone in a slingshot, it's unthrowable. And it then renders the whole slingshot useless. Right? You can't you can't launch the stone where it needs to go. And so, in like ways, he is he who gives an honor to a fool. That honor is not going to go where it needs to go. And it's not going to be there for the right reasons. You don't put a stone in a sling and stick it there, bind it there, duct tape it. You don't duct tape a stone in a sling to leave it there. You render the whole tool useless because they're only one-shooters. And so when you give honor to a fool, you render the honor useless. CJ says, if you give honor to fools, you will say, bye-bye to honor. Exactly. It totally wastes the honor. It becomes senseless. Just like duct taping a stone in a sling. It's senseless. It's pointless. Useless. Etc. so forth. Like one who binds a stone in a sling is he who gives honor to a fool. It makes you pretty ridiculous to give him honor. Nugget rundown. Nugget number 1. Honor is not fitting for a fool. Nugget number 2. The better edition. If you want to act like a fool, be prepared to be treated like one. Nugget number 3. Don't try to be like the fool, but shut him up. And nugget number 4. If you want something done, don't trust a fool to do it. And finally, if you give honor to fools, you will say bye-bye to honor. It becomes pointless. It becomes vain. Teresa says, thank you. Got my nuggets down. Thank you, sister. Big thanks to CJ for typing them out. Takes a lot of stress off my mind. Reba says, thank you for them there golden nuggets. You're welcome, Reba. Thank you for being here, sister. As we see, the first 8 verses of Proverbs 26 deals with the fool. As we go about the rest of our day, let's take these nuggets into heart and mind. Let's think on them. Let's not be like the fool. That's a no-no. Thank you all for being here. Till we meet again, God bless you all. Stay safe. Stay safe. Oh, I had one. Lost it. Sam says keep it up. Till we meet again, God bless you all. Hey, cats! Good to see you, sister. You made it in at the tail end, the farewell side of the stream. But we're glad to see you be here. Gladdens each of our hearts. Gladdens each of our hearts. Got to enunciate there. Feel free to watch the replay, Sister Cat. We'll miss you. Thank you all for being here. Till we meet again, God bless you all. Stay safe. Be strong. There it is.